Good morning, garden friends. It is a beautiful early fall morning here. It is 9:30 in the morning and it's about 58 degrees and breezy. It is amazing, especially after that horrible heat wave we had. I'm gonna start working on the green stalks today. Instead of getting extra soil, because these are pretty topped up, they're almost to the top, I actually just harvested a whole bin of warm compost. So I'm just gonna put a handful of compost in each of the planting spots, and then I think it's gonna be okay because I replaced this soil in the spring. And so I haven't been growing much but greens in there. I think it's gonna be just fine. So let's get started putting these green stalks together for fall. So first I'd like to apologize for the extremely loud noises. Somebody's having trees taken down and go through a chipper, so it's really loud. First thing I'm gonna do is take this apart. I don't always take it completely apart to reset it for, whatever I'm putting in there, but I think in this case it'll be a little bit easier. And then I'm gonna pull out some things that are just done or they won't survive the frost. This is the top reservoir that holds all the water. Okay, these are really heavy, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'll work on those that I've already taken off, but I think I'm gonna leave these. There's cilantro here already, which is doing great. I'm gonna plant a little bit more cilantro in the bottom, and then I will start taking out some of these basil. The peppers I'm gonna leave for right now because they're starting to turn red, which is exactly what we want. And then I'm gonna start putting in the new stuff. It's looking a little messy, but it's all in. We've got romaine on these top two tiers. We have bok choy on this tier. We still have some basil and peppers and some more bok choy on that tier. And then we have cilantro and Swiss chard on the bottom tiers. So now onto the strawberry tower, which is strawberries and herbs. I have new herbs to put in there. So I'm not gonna empty out I'm not gonna take this apart because this is densely packed in here. And if I pull these tiers apart, there's a good chance that I will dislodge some of the strawberries and some of the herbs. So I have specific pockets for herbs. I'm gonna put another, this is all oregano here, so I'm gonna put another oregano right here. And these are in cow pots, so they will decompose right here in the container. All right, and then over here, I'm gonna be putting in some mint. Mint and strawberries, so good. Yes, mint takes over everything. Yes, you should be very wary of it. But in a container is a good way to keep it under control. And I'll be cutting enough on this. I drink a lot of mint tea and we use it for cooking and stuff like that. So I'm just peeling off some of the cow pot. So I'm gonna stick this guy in here. Okay, and then I have a different kind of mint that's going in here. This is more of a spearmint. That one was more of an apple mint. All right, pop this guy in here. Smells amazing, makes amazing tea. Again, I could leave it in the cow pot, but I'm gonna take it out. Herbs are really tough. And then probably I'll come through here in the early spring, cut all these herbs back to almost nothing. If they're too woody, I'll just pull them out and put new ones in, because this bottom tier is mostly different sages. And there's a couple of strawberry runners that have tried to make their way to a new pocket. That's what they do. So yeah, this one is pretty much done for now. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do today is bump up these decorative kales. So this is crane red. It's really, really beautiful and will bloom all the way through the winter time and into almost the summer. And this is crane white. So I'm gonna bump these guys up. These are in 3/4 inch soil blocks and they're definitely too big to stay in here. So I'm gonna bump them up to these 72 cell trays. So these are bigger, deeper. They're actually liner trays. So it's not as big as a 4-inch pot, but they don't need that much soil right now. This will be just fine. So I'm gonna fill these trays with soil and get these kale settle in, and then we'll put them back under the lights. I'm actually going to wet these down before I start to transplant so that they are nice and damp for the seedlings. And there is a tray underneath here to catch the water, so it's not going to be going everywhere. And remember, when the soil sits for a long time, it becomes a bit hydrophobic, so it's really important to wet your stuff down before you start to transplant if it's been sitting for a while. Otherwise, your plants are going to really suffer. So the way it works with these soil blocks is you can see the individual plants here. You just pick them up, and now they're ready for planting. Just like that. Now I do the rest of the tray. Okie dokie, there's all of the red and white decorative kale in trays under lights. So they'll get straight up and down in the next couple days as their roots take hold and they'll settle in. And then in about a month, I can bump them up into the 4-inch cow pots so that I can give them away to my customers on my Customer Appreciation Day. Okay, so it's almost the end of the day, and since today was the first day that really felt like fall, I decided to make a more fall style dinner. So I've got some cookies in the oven right now for after dinner, and I'm burning one of my favorite candles, fall candles from Naked Up North. You should check her out. I'm going to put a link in the bottom in the description box for Naked Up North for candles. Amazing. And I have these tiny, tiny butternut squashes. These are so super sweet. They're even sweeter than the regular ones. So I'm going to do a stuffed butternut squash. It'll be going to be stuffed with a chicken sausage, apple, wild rice, and a bunch of herbs and spices. So let's get going. So the recipe that I was sort of following but making a lot of adjustments to called for chicken apple sausage, which I had, but when I cut it open I realized that it was, oh, that's funny. This is a brand new apron that I'm wearing, and there was a little tea bag English breakfast in there in the pocket. That's cute. Anyway, I realized when I cut open the sausage that it had, like, you know, onions and peppers and stuff like that in it because it was spicy chicken apple sausage, and I thought that's not really going to taste good with the flavors of fall in this, which is like apple and allspice and nutmeg and wild rice. So I'm just going to use bacon instead because everything goes with bacon. Okay, well, that's gonna be it. It smells really good. It looks good. Hopefully it'll taste good. I totally just made this thing up on the fly, so I'll put in the description box what I did, if it works. If it tastes terrible, I won't put it down in the description box. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great time in your garden and your kitchen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.